The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Pine City High School for tonight's boys basketball game between the Pine City Dragons and the visiting North Branch Vikings. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, of course, and I'll be bringing you all the action from this season opener between both of these teams. The Vikings and the Dragons coming in excited for the season ahead, as are we, and these teams coming in with high hopes on this season. Both had pretty good seasons last year. The records may not have shown how good both of these teams were, but let me tell you something. These two teams were very good last year, and they were tough to play against for any team in their schedule, and I assume that to be the case again this year. Taking a look at both these teams last year, starting with the visiting North Branch Vikings, they went 14-13 on the season. And one of those losses was in the playoffs. They went 13-13 throughout, 14-12 throughout the regular season, but then fell in their section semifinal to Duluth-Denfeld 63-59. So they're looking to get back on a nice little start to the season. Of course, last year was a hot start for them to the season after losing the home opener to Zimmerman by only 5 points. They would go on to win the next 5 games before losing to Ricori and then winning the next 2 over Monticello and Cloquet. They were off to an absolutely hot start, a 7-2 start. But then after that, things got a little bit tough for them. But that didn't mean that they weren't close. They lost to a long losing streak of 6 games where they lost to St. Francis, Big Lake, Rockridge, Becker, Princeton, Chisago Lakes before going on a short 3-game win streak against Monticello, Hibbing, and St. Francis. And from there on out, it was kind of back and forth. They did lose their regular season finale to Cambridge Isani again, and then they lost in the section semifinal to Duluth-Denfeld 63-59, ending their season at 14-13. It was kind of a matter of, okay, which kind of North Branch team are we going to get here this game? And unfortunately for them, Duluth-Denfeld just had their number in that playoff game. And it was really unfortunate because I think North Branch had a good shot at maybe taking a shot towards State because their section is a little bit smaller. It just felt like they may have a little bit more of a shot at State with the way their team was rolling. But sadly, they were not able to defeat Duluth-Denfeld, and their section is a little bit different. It's Cloquet, Duluth-Denfeld, Hermantown, those teams. So Cloquet included in there as well. So and Grand Rapids, but so it's not the teams in their conference, but the teams in their section. And they didn't even play Duluth-Denfeld during the regular season, which a lot of times you will, but they did not. So a team they didn't see so much during the regular season, or at all, I should say. And they weren't able to get that victory. But again, looking to come back and get off to another hot start here this year. Of course, they bring into this season about 5 seniors. Those are Brody Beaver, Noah Thorson, along with Owen Link, Brady Lelm, and Evan Overson. Those are the seniors on this squad, but they got really good height. Only one player under that 6-foot mark, and that's James Weinkoff. He's the only player from North Branch under 6 feet. The rest are at least 6'2" on this North Branch Vikings squad. So, again, they bring in some very good height to this team. They had that last year as well, but those 5 returning seniors bringing in that height as well. In fact, they're tallest at 6'5", with Evan Overson on the floor with this roster. So for the Vikings, they're looking for the opening night win here on the road, but for your home team, the Pine City Dragons here this evening, they ended last season at 13-13 going into their playoff game on the road. It had been a few seasons since this Pine City team had to go on the road for an opening playoff game to begin the playoffs in the first round. It had been a little bit of time, but they were able to go out to Annandale, and man, that was a tough run against Annandale. A game in which it felt like they probably could have and should have won. Just had a few bounces that didn't go their way, a few calls that didn't go their way either in that game, but you feel like if they would have had things go their way, that maybe, just maybe, they would have pulled it off. But unfortunately, they were not able to there against Annandale, and the score really does not tell the story of that game. Now, they wound up losing by 10, 69-59, but let me tell you something. That game was a lot closer than the 10 points that they lost by. It was about a 2-score game going into the final few seconds. It really didn't feel like a 10-point loss. It felt so much closer than that, and Pine City all game long looked like the better team. They felt like the better team. It looked like Pine City was just, one shot away from pulling the win out and getting out of there with a victory and moving on in section playoff play. But unfortunately, they were not able to do that. And again, going on the road for the first time in a while to begin the playoffs. Looking at their season last year, it was a bit of a different type of start to the season. They lost 3 straight to open up the season to Painesville, East Central, and this very same North Branch team. Now, in talking with head coach Kyle Allen, he said, I've never started a season 0-3, never had a losing streak like that. Well, they turned it around pretty quickly as they came back and won the next 3 against Mesabi East Cloquet and Rush City. Then they lost to 2 very, very talented teams in Chisago Lakes and Foley. Now, they only lost to Foley by 2, so that was a very close game. But then they came back, beat Ogilvie, lost to Duluth-Denfeld, but then went on another nice winning streak of 5 games where they beat Mille Lacs, Hinckley Finlayson, Maple Lake, Bram, and Rush City before losing to Hiawatha and East Central, and then beating Mille Lacs again, lost to St. Francis, beat Bram, lost to Malacca, beat Ogilvie and Spectrum. Now that Malacca team went on to their section championship game against Albany. That just gives you an idea of how good that Malacca team was. Again, then they beat Ogilvie and Spectrum, but then lost their last 3 games of the regular season to Mora, Hinckley Finlayson, and Esco. That Esco team again went on to play a deep playoff run, as did the Mora team. They made it to their section semifinals against Malacca. That was a fun game to be at and call over at St. John's University. But again, Mora fell to Malacca. Malacca would go on to face Albany in the section championship, but Albany wound up winning that one. So it's a very deep section here for Pine City, a section in 6-2A that does have Albany, Annandale, Spectrum, Loyalton, and Kimball in it. And Kimball is on top for now at 1-0. They won their first game of the season 89-53. Looking at the North Branch section, it's a smaller section. They do have Hibbing, who just joined their section this year, along with Rockridge, Hermantown, as I mentioned before, and the other teams in Grand Rapids, Duluth-Denfeld, Cloquet. And then they've got kind of a different one that has just joined this year, which is a conference team, and that is Chisago Lakes. Now, Chisago Lakes hasn't been a part of class or section 7-3A. I believe they've been 5 or 6 3A, but they will now be in the section 7-3A just to kind of expand this section a little bit. So it's going to expand by a couple of teams for this season, but last year I believe it was 6 teams that were in it last year. This year it has expanded to 8. Of course, only 2 teams in that section have played games, Cloquet and Hibbing. Cloquet has won their first, and Hibbing lost their first. In fact, Cloquet beat Hibbing 76-70. So not a huge section for North Branch like it is for Pine City. Pine City has, I think it's 16 teams in their section, so doubling what North Branch has. But North Branch has a very competitive section just like Pine City does. And you can pick any one of these teams out of this section for North Branch in 7-3A that could go and make a run. Chisago Lakes is one of those teams. Chisago Lakes also last year had a game in which they had a buzzer beater to beat one of the better teams in the state of Minnesota, in overtime no less. So not only did they get a buzzer beater to win the game in overtime, but they beat one of the better teams in the state as well. And you've probably seen it. Joshua Miron was actually the PA announcer for that game, and you probably might have seen the video he posted of himself. That very, very energetic, very emphatic about that call, and as anybody would be. I mean, a buzzer beater to beat that caliber of a team. And the team that they beat, again, I don't remember who it was, so I don't want to say, but I believe it was a team very much that was in the conversation for state. So, again, I don't remember the team exactly who it was, but what a fun season it was for them last year. So they will play, again, obviously North Branch in their conference, which is the Mississippi 8. Mississippi 8 conference is stacked as well. You've got Monticello, North Branch, Cambridge, Isani in there, along with Andover. I mean, it is just an insane conference. The Mississippi 8 conference is a pretty decent-sized one as well, and they have a ton of talented teams. I even misspoke. Annandale's not in there, but Princeton is, along with St. Francis. Then you've got Zimmerman, Chisago Lakes, Big Lake, and Becker was the other team I was thinking of. So an absolutely stacked conference that they play in, and Pine City will have a very competitive conference this year as well, with teams like East Central, Rush City, Hinckley, Finlayson, all trying to recapture the crown here that Pine City has held for so long. But last year, I think it was last year, that they did not have the crown for the first time in some time, which is, again, it's a little bit different than we're used to seeing. Pine City's been on top of this conference for many, many years, and a few teams were able to beat them last year in the conference, East Central being one of them, and that's been a fun rivalry throughout the years between East Central and Pine City. That has been so fun to watch and keep track of. But yes, East Central did edge out Pine City for that conference title last year, having one less loss in the conference to capture the Great River Conference crown for the first time in a while. So we are just a few moments away from tip-off. We will get your national anthem and then your starting lineups, and then we'll be ready for tip-off here inside Pine City High School for this boys basketball season opener between the North Branch Vikings and the Pine City Dragons. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors. You're listening to Basketball.
All right, settle down. Let's call the meeting of people that complain about everything all the time and never do anything about it to order. Any complaints?
Yeah, my heating bill's too high.
Oh, yeah? Well, Bobby just bought an outdoor furnace from Central Boiler, and he eliminated his heating bill.
What about the hot water?
He eliminated that heating bill, too.
What about his shop?
He heats that, too.
I have no more complaints.
I think Central Boiler offers a solution to our complaints.
Save money on your cooling and heating bills. Visit NorthlandBoilerSales.com, your local Central Boiler sales dealer. Want to make some extra money this holiday season? Then join Burnett Dairy Cooperative's Cheese Store Holiday Crew. They're looking for temporary employees to assist with gift box orders from October 1st through January 6th. This position is scheduled Sunday through Thursday from 12 to 8 p.m. with an hourly rate of $14 per hour and an end-of-the-season retention bonus. Call 715-689-2170 or apply online at burnettdairy.com and click on Careers.
Wellia Health is here to keep you feeling your best so you can enjoy all the things you love best. You can count on us for your eye exams, mental health services, rehabilitation, wellness exams, urgent care, and much more. At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well. Let Wellia Health help you get back to your best. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. 320-679-1313. WelliaHealth.org.
With Bad Boy's patented Easy Ride and Gen 2 independent suspension, heavy-duty American-made steel construction, and legendary muscle, there's no mower that brings more comfort, durability, power, and value to mowing pros and homeowners than a Bad Boy mower. Mow with an attitude. It's the driving force behind every mower we build in the good old USA. Our promise to lead the industry in innovation and performance. Available only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City. Mow with an attitude.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM AM 1350. And, of course, live with video at WCMPradio.com. Getting your starting lineups here for the North Branch Vikings. It will be senior number 1, Brody Beaver. Then senior number 2, Noah Thorson. And then it will be junior number 3, Tyler Minke. Then another senior number 15, Owen Link. And senior number 33, Evan Overson. For the Pine City Dragons, it'll be number 0, junior Jace Peterson. And another junior number 1, Sawyer McDaniel. And another junior number 4, Charlie Osmus. A junior number 12, AJ Austinson. And then senior number 24, Matt Blake. Those are your starters here for both of these teams. The Vikings will be wearing their white away uniforms. The red letters and numbers outlined in black. The red dashes down the side of the jersey and pant. The black and red collar for the Dragons. It'll be their green home uniforms. Their white letters and numbers outlined in black. The white stripe down the side of the jersey and pant with the Dragons lettering in the white stripe on the short as well. We are just about set to start this season for boys basketball here on WCMP 106.5 FM AM 1350 WCMP. Of course, you might recognize some of these names on both squads from football action. Of course, the North Branch Vikings had Tyler Minke, Owen Link, Brody Beaver on that state semifinal team. We've got a couple of the players on Pine City, like Austin Weiner and Matt Blake, just to name a few, AJ Austinson. And those are just a few of the guys who are on this Pine City football team. But we are getting ready for tip-off here. McDaniel and Overson are going to be at center court for tip-off. 18 minutes are up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. And the season has begun, and the tip-off is going to be won by North Branch. Brody Beaver will start it off for the Vikings, gives it off on the far side to Thorson. Thorson gives it back to Beaver, who can't get the friendly roll. It's no good. Going to be rebounded here by Austinson. Austinson up the court quickly with it. Stops. He's going to travel. As he set his feet, he bounced once more before getting that ball off, and unfortunately, that is a travel, so the ball will go back to the Vikings on a great opportunity there for the Dragons to try and score early. But the Vikings do have it back. Beaver will get it off to Link now on the near side. Link going to get double teamed. He gives it off the far side to Brody Beaver. Brody Beaver makes one move, then gives it off on the near side here to Thorson for 3, and he's short. And we'll see who comes. Looks like they're going to say that Pine City touched it out of bounds, so it will stay with the Vikings. 17:26 to go here. Just over 30 seconds off the clock. Beaver inbounds quickly to Minke for 3. That's off the mark. And a rebound there for Sawyer McDaniel. He takes it quickly up the court. Stands top of the key. Stops just inside the paint. This one's going to be stolen away. And the 2 there from Noah Thorson off the steal. Makes it 2-0 North Branch. With it now is Austinson. Austinson pulls it down, gives it off to Jace Peterson. Tried to go inside to Matt Blake, but it's going to be stolen away there by Minke. And then up the other way, Brody Beaver cannot get the shot to fall. Jace Peterson with the rebound. Peterson, give it off to McDaniel. His shot no good. Rebounded by Overson. North Branch bringing it up the court. Thorson off to Beaver for 3. That shot no good. Going to be rebounded here by Matt Blake. Austinson up the court quickly with it. He's trying to drive inside. That one's well off the mark. Somebody had a hand on it. Rebounded by Brody Beaver. This one nearly stolen away. Ill-advised pass up the court. Owen Link comes down with it and gives it off to Evan Overson for 2. Good pace here to this first half. Quick pace is now trying to drive inside. Charlie Osmus gives it off top of the key to Jace Peterson for 3. That's no good. Rebound there by Brody Beaver. He'll bring it up the court on the far side, trying to get around one defender. Stops, looks to pass it off, and then loses the ball for a moment. Now gets it back, and now we're going to get our first foul in the game against Pine City, and that's going to be Jace Preston, who will be the guilty Dragon. Peterson with his first foul. Vikings will inbound. Brody Beaver on the far side. Gives it off here to Link. Link stands top of the key. He'll give it off near side to Minky. Minky for three. That's good. Minky from three drills it and makes it 7-0 North Branch. Pine City now has it. It's Austinson who looks to drive inside. Potting a defender up, throws it, and it goes off of a defender, and it's going to be stolen away here by Link. Link passes this one back outside to Brody Beaver from three, and that one's off the mark again. Looks like we're going to get a foul here on Pine City. I think that one might be called on McDaniel. So that is on McDaniel, his first, team second. Going to get a full change here, it looks like. Like 5, 10, 15, 20? No. I will try and get those numbers as I can see them. 23, 31, and 33. And coming down with the rebound this time is number 33, Austin Wiener. He gives it off here to Daniel Milliman on the far side with it. Brian Willert. Brian Willert under pressure. He gives it inside. Trying to go up and over the defender and drops it in for two. That's Austin Wiener for two. Wiener puts it in for two and gives the Dragons their first points on the board. But quickly come the Vikings the other way. Thorson drives inside and he's going to be fouled. They got 31, Daniel Milliman for the foul. His first, team second. Couple substitutions here for the Vikings. 14 and 24 in there, maybe. They're still confused. Chaz Johnson is one of them for the Vikings. And they inbound this one quickly to Tyler Minky for three. The other one is Vincent Dufek. Dragons have it and looking for three from the top of the key. Just off the mark that time from Sean Skluzacek. And he's going to get the inbound steal. Great awareness there by him to grab that steal, but then it's stolen back here by the North Branch Vikings. Link. Another turnover here by the Dragons. Minky has it. He'll give it across the court to Thorson. Thorson on the far side traveled. That ball's going to go back to Pine City. With it on the far side now for the Dragons is Willert. Trying to go inside that time to Eli Fromm, but it is through his hands. Maybe a little bit too much heat on that pass. And again, it will go back to the North Branch Vikings on the turnover. Also checking into the game now for the North Branch Vikings is Blake Lelm. Lelm into the game, and he's got it, and he's going to go up and put that one in for two. Just great passing there by the Vikings, and that opens up a shot for them. Now trying to take it himself as Milliman, but great pass and awareness there to get it off to Austin Wiener, who puts it up and in for two. It's 12-14 or 12-4. Excuse me. Brody Beaver has it now for the Vikings. He goes back on the far side elbow for Minky, who's no good. This rebound up for grabs going to be taken in by Dufek, but Dufek gives it up, and it's going to be stolen away by Briar Willert, and then he's fouled by a member of the North Branch Vikings. That'll be their team's first foul. I did not see who they called that one on. It's going to be on Minky. His first and the team's first. Dragons will inbound it. Quickly up the court comes Milliman. Milliman trying to get through some traffic. Milliman stops. He hands it back there to Wiener. Wiener now gives it off to Skluzacek. Skluzacek on the far side hands it off to Fromm. Fromm top of the key gives it off here to Wiener, but he slips, keeps that ball dribbling, and then gives it off to Fromm. Fromm trying to drive inside. Gives it back out here to Milliman. Milliman nearly loses it, but does manage to grab it back. Milliman at the top of the key, looking to drive inside. Milliman puts up a shot. It's going to go off the front of the rim. Rebounded here by Lelm. And here come the Vikings, putting this one in up for an easy 2. It is going to be Owen Link. 14-4. And a no-look pass, but a dangerous pass stolen away by Lelm. And he takes it to the basket, but cannot get it to roll. And Milliman will get the rebound. So the Dragons catch a break there. Milliman with maybe an ill-advised pass. And that 3 is going to be no good by Skluzacek, and it's going to go out of bounds just over the reach of Milliman. And it will go back to the Vikings. 14-4, the North Branch Vikings lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, custom Light Force braces, or Invisalign clear liners, 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. They also have their doctors who will provide world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Plus, they'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. You can find out more at EmbraceMN.com. Minky and Brody Beaver passing it between themselves. Now off to Lelm. Back to Minky for a 3, and Minky's off the mark. We're going to get another foul here, I believe, on the Vikings. And we'll give it back to the Dragons. I believe they're going to get Owen Link. Yeah, they're going to get Owen Link on that one. So his first and the team's second. 14-4 is the score. Osmus will get set to inbound here to Austenson. And Austenson takes it up the court, top of the key. He looks, trying to dribble around the defender. Stops, wanted to give it off to his teammate Peterson. Now gives it off to Osmus in the near side corner for 3. A little bit long on that one. And getting the rebound this time is Brody Beaver. Beaver stops on a dime. Now guarded by Peterson. He gets past Peterson, gives it off on the far side here to Link. Link, he'll pass it in the air to Thorson. Now in the near side corner to Minky. Minky for 3. Is that good? I think it is. And a rare 4-point play opportunity coming up here for the North Branch Vikings. They're going to get this one on Jace Peterson again, his second, team's 4th. No, they're not going to count the basket, apparently. Or are they? They will, okay. So Minky will score again, plus they'll get it back inbounded to Thorson for 2. Make it 19-4 now. Just under 12 minutes to go. Austenson has it, top of the key, makes a defender miss, drives inside. Nice move by Austenson to get around the defender, make him look silly. But then he's fouled on his way to the basket. And they're going to get Noah Thorson for the foul. His first, team's 3rd, I think it should be. Team's 3rd. So now it's A.J. Austenson at the line to shoot 2. Austenson's first one is up and good. His team now trails by 14 here with 11:46 to go in the first half. First one's good. Now getting to attempt the second. Second one is up and good. So Austenson hits them both and makes it 19-6. Coming the other way are the Vikings. Thorson from the far side corner, no good. And we're going to get a foul here, I believe, on the Dragons again. That one's going to go against A.J. Austenson. Team's 5th. So the Vikings will get set to inbound it here. It's Owen Link who gets the inbound from Beaver. Now giving it off back to Beaver on the near side. Elbow for 3. That one's good. Brody Beaver for 3 makes it 22-6. Now coming the other way, A.J. Austenson trying again to get around the defender. Gives it off near side corner to Jace Peterson for 3, and that's good. Jace Peterson for 3. to make it 22-9 with under 11.5 to go here in the first half. Brody Beaver will now take his time taking it up the court, gives off to Minky, back to Beaver on the far side. Beaver to Minky. Minky on the near side elbow. He'll give it back to Beaver on the far side. Beaver a long three. That's going to be just too long on that shot. Rebounded by Minky, and now to Beaver from the free throw line. Beaver no good. That's going to be rebounded by A.J. Austinson. Austinson will take it up the court. He's got some speed. Looking for the odd man rush. Cannot get it, but now he's going to be fouled as he goes up for that shot. It was no good, but he's going to go to the line and shoot two. This will be the fourth team foul here on North Branch. And the second on North Thorson. So Austinson at the line again for two. Austinson lines his first one up, and it is through to make it 22-10. Just under 11 minutes to go. Quick substitution here for the Vikings. Lelm checks in for Thorson. And Austinson will ready for his second attempt. And he makes them both. So Austinson delivering on both of his free throws to make the deficit quite literally cut in half. Minky will get the pass then from Beaver. Now back to Minky on the far side. Into the corner to Link. Trying to go inside to Lelm, and it's stolen away. That was Austinson who got the steal, brings it to the basket. It's no good on the shot, and it's rebounded by Minky. Now we're going to get a travel call here on North Branch, and the ball will go back to the Dragons. Both teams moving very quickly here, but that time a little too quickly by Minky, and now Austinson getting struggle a little bit there to get that one in, but it's no good off the shot. Austinson's going to get the rebound. His shot's no good. Going to be rebounded by Brody Beaver. And now it looks like we're going to get a foul here on Pine City. That'll be their sixth. That one's going to go against Matt Blake, his first, team sixth. Quickly inbound here for the Vikings. It's Brody Beaver who will use his speed up the near side. Stops. He wants to hand it off to Minky. Minky nearly loses it. He's double teamed. He'll get through the double team, and he'll get called for a travel again. Minky can't believe it. Minky can't believe he was called for the travel, and he's going to go talk to his coach, Todd Default. And Default just says, hey, don't worry about it. 10:09 to go. And the Dragons will inbound on their own side, and now they bring it up into the offensive zone. Daniel Milliman showing off the speed, gets to the far side. He looks to passes it to the top of the key, but his teammate was covered, and then the pass does somehow get to Sean Sklzacek. Now inside here, and that pass is going to go through, stolen away by Beaver, and he'll take it to the basket and easily lay it in for two. 24-11. Now coming the other way, Milliman again with the speed. Wants to give it off to Fromm. Instead, he'll give it off to Austin Wiener for three. It's going to come up short. And Wiener had a chance for the rebound. Instead, it's going to get to Willert. Briar Willert, he'll take the shot from long-range three, but it's blocked there by Evan Overson. And Overson will get the first block of the game. Couple substitutions here. Chaz Johnson checks in, as does Vincent. Milliman will inbound here to Sklzacek. Sklzacek on the near side gives it off to Wiener. Wiener looking to drive on the inside. Stops. He looks for Sklzacek, and that one's going to be poked out of bounds. It will stay with the Dragons as it was poked out by the white and red. Milliman looks to inbound, gets it off to Sean Sklzacek on the far side for three. It's no good. Rebounded there by Owen Link. And now we look to have another foul here in Pine City. 23, Eli Fromm is the guilty Dragon. Supposed to have 17 fouls. I think they might have given a Dragon team foul to the Vikings, because on mine I only have 4 for Vikings and 7 for Pine City. Either way, Vikings will inbound on their own side of half court. Brody Beaver trying to get around the defender. He does. Now works up the court, looking to take it himself. Backs it out to Minky on the near side for three. That's going to ring through for his fourth three of the game. Made it 27-11. Milliman quickly up the court, stands at the top of the key. Offense not set up yet, gets it into Eli Fromm. Now to Sklzacek, and Sklzacek is going to travel with it. He was unable to dribble that ball as he was falling. to the court, and that's unfortunate there for him. Under 9 minutes to go now. The Dragons trail by 16 here with under 9 to go. Brody Beaver has it. He'll give it back on the other side to Link. Link makes the defender jump, then gets it to Beaver. Beaver has that pass poked and stolen away by Austin Wiener, and he'll give it off now, which it is blocked there. Trying to get that shot was Willert, and then we're going to get a foul here on Pine City. It was stolen away by the Vikings, and now another foul here on the Dragons. That one appears to be on Briar Willert. Again, I think they accidentally may have given a team foul to North Branch. It was supposed to be for Pine City because, again, I have 8 now for Pine City and 4 still for North Branch, but it's not a huge, I mean, I guess it does make a little bit of a difference. So at the line to shoot the 1-and-1 is Owen Link. First one is up and no good. Getting the rebound going to be Austin Wiener. And he'll give it up way up the court to Willard on the far side. Willard going inside to Eli Fromm. Fromm looking to back it out. He does to Willard. Willard thought about the three, then gives it back on the far side, to Fromm. Now to Wiener. Wiener with the pass to Sklzacek. Pulls it down, trying to drive on the outside. Gives it back to Wiener. Now inside to Milliman. To Fromm, and he's going to be fouled. And he'll go to line and shoot 2. Oh, they did change it. Now they do have 4 fouls. Now 5 for North Branch, and that is the 3rd on Thorson. So they did, I think, mix it up. I think Pine City's supposed to have 8. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. But now Noah Thorson with 3. He'll probably have to come sit the rest of the first half. Don't want one of your starters to be out. They will. Minke will come in for him. Meanwhile, Eli Fromm misses his first one. So the score remains 27-11, 8:12 to go. Fromm, no good on the second, but it's rebounded by Austin Wiener. His shot is up and no good. And then rebounded for a moment by the Vikings, Owen Link, but they're going to get him for a travel. And it looks like we will get a timeout called here by the Dragons. So the Dragons take their first timeout of the first half. They trail on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard 27-11. Embrace Orthodontics, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Lightforce braces or Invisalign clear aligners. You can find out more at embracemn.com. That's EMBRACEMN.com. So the Dragons here on 106.5 FM, but over on 95.5 FM, you can listen to Adam Hefty call the Bram girls game against Hinckley Finlayson over on 95.5 FM, KBEK. Just about out of this timeout. Vikings Dragons getting their last quick words of strategy here. We'll break the huddle and get back out onto the court. Dragons will get set to inbound. Willard, he'll pause. A little bit of a different 5 out there for him. Got to make sure the starting and the bench players. So now Wiener drives inside. The hook shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded here by Chaz Johnson. He'll give it off to Minke on the far side. Now to Lelm. Lelm in some trouble trying to get it off. He does to Minke, still on the far side. Now to Johnson. Now over to Link. Link trying to drive inside. He's double teamed. Tries to get through it. Passes it off here to Lelm. Lelm has that one stolen away by Willert. And Willert's going to draw the foul. Willert, an easy steal that time for him. And now Tyler Minke is going to draw his second foul. It's going to be the team's 6th. And Pine City will inbound on that far side. Still in their territory. Gets the inbound here from McDaniel. Now to Willert. Willert. Near side corner for 3, and it's Jace Peterson. For 3, he hits his second of the game. Make it 27-14, under 7.5 to go. Brody Beaver checks back into the game. He'll give it off now to Johnson. Inside underneath the basket here to Overson, and Overson's going to be fouled on his way up. He'll go to line and shoot 2. I think they got Matt Blake again, did they? They did. So Matt Blake got called for the foul. His second, team's what should be 9th, I believe. 7:16 to go. It's Overson at the line to shoot the 2. First one is up, no good, off the back of the rim. Eli Fromm will check in for Matt Blake. So Overson missed his first and misses the second, and teammates battling for the rebound. Wiener comes up with it, and he'll give it up to Briar Willard. That ball is going to be knocked around and pushed back, and it will not be a backcourt violation because North Branch pushed it back. Eli Fromm going to come up with it. He gives it off to Wiener. Wiener trying to drive inside. His shot is blocked by, they're going to call it a foul. They're going to call that a foul on Overson. I'll respectfully disagree there. So it is a shooting foul, so Wiener will go to the line and shoot 2. But from here on out, it's going to be a 1-and-1. Not real sure what's happening here. Did hear something about a trainer. Maybe have some blood on the court, perhaps? That must be what it is. We have, for a moment, stopped play. Yeah, not real sure they're not sure who has the blood, but it is for that reason. Looks like we're getting it wiped up here. Well, looks like we got it cleaned up and we're ready to get back to it. So the most recent foul on North Branch, and it sends Austin Wiener to the line for 2. Wiener with his first one, no good, off the side of the rim. And this one up and good, so Wiener goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line, 27-15. Vikings still with the lead. Brody Beaver, he'll give it off to Link. Now back to Beaver on the far side, into the far side corner to Minke. And now he'll give it back to Link. Link nearly had it stolen away to Beaver on the far side. Beaver just from the free throw line gets that one up, no good, and Austin Wiener will come down with the rebound. And their rebound guy tonight, he'll give it up to Willard. Willard quickly to Wiener. Wiener hands it back to McDaniel. McDaniel stops his dribble, gives it off to Fromm. Fromm trying to get around the defender. Driving, and that's going to go off of a, thought it went off of a Viking, but it does go off of Fromm. So we'll stay with go back to the Vikings, rather. Turnover here by Pine City and Brody Beaver. He'll give it off the inbound to Link. Link, double team. He's in some trouble, but he gets it off to Johnson. Now to Overson, and tried to get it back to Beaver. And Beaver, it went well over his head into the backcourt. He did a good job of jumping at the center court line to try and keep it in play, but unfortunately that pass went behind his own teammate again, and it went out of bounds, so we'll go back to Pine City. Timeout called here by North Branch. Just the 30-second variety, so we'll keep it here. Dragons didn't need much time there in that timeout. They didn't need to use a lot, so they're back out on the court, trailing by 12 here in this first half. It's been a fast-moving first half. Both these teams have been moving up and down this court at a torrid hot pace. Right from the get-go, too. There was no slowing down after that. It wasn't necessarily a slow start, but based off of how fast the two teams were moving, it felt like a slow start for the points on the board. So inbound here goes to Austinson. Austinson works at the top of the key, trying to shimmy shake a defender. Wanted to go inside to Osmus, but he can't. Gives it off to Wiener on the far side, now to Willard. Willard in the near side corner, now gives it off to Austinson on the near side elbow. Austinson looks to drive. He'll put a little bit of a layup in and get it to fall. Austinson for two. Makes it 27-17. Slowly but surely, the Dragons are starting to come back in this one. Down now by only 10. Link has it. He'll give it inside to Johnson. Johnson nearly had it stolen away. He gives it back to Link. To the far side to Beaver. Beaver looking to drive inside. Inside to Overson, and Overson has the easy lay-in for two. 29-17. Dragons trail. It's Wiener with it. He'll take it from deep three. It's off the mark. And rebounded there by Owen Link. And now Link, I believe, going to be fouled, and he'll go to the line, and that will be a 1-and-1. And Eli Fromm going to be the guilty Dragon. Will be his second. According to the scoreboard, team's ninth, so it'll be a 1-and-1. Johnson will be taking a rest, and in for him is Lelm. Sean Sklzacic checks in for Eli Fromm. And at the line for the 1-and-1 again is Owen Link. Owen Link had a game-sealing interception in their state quarterfinal game against Benilde St. Margaret. He makes the first. Willard will check out, and for him is Daniel Milliman. Shot is up and good. Owen Link drops them both through, and that makes it 31-17. Milliman quickly up the court, stops at the top of the key. He picks up his dribble, now gives it off to Wiener on the near side elbow. Back top of the key to Charlie Osmus. The rainbow shot no good. It comes up just short. Overson gonna not come up with the rebound. Instead, it's going to be Beaver, and he quickly gives it up to Owen Link, who will nice nifty move to Lelm. And Lelm puts it in for two. Milliman back up the court quickly. Nearly could have been fouled there by Beaver. And instead, going to be a timeout called here by Pine City with just under 5 minutes to go. 4 minutes, 50 seconds up on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard here in this first half. Dragons trail now 33-17. And again, they worked back quickly to erase their deficit down to only 10. But then these last few drives, or possessions rather, by North Branch have just gone real quick and have not given Pine City really any time to get back into that transition defense. And but good passing, too, by them, because it was a nice pass from Owen Link underneath the basket to Blake Lelm. He had about 3 defenders that jumped and went by that he was able to give Lelm the open shot. Now on the far side, Sean Sklzacic is no good, and it's Brody Beaver with another rebound here in this first half. He's going to work it up the court slowly, trying to get around the defender, which is Derek Kinn, wearing that number 11 jersey for the Dragons. The shot is no good, rebounded by Charlie Osmus. Osmus will take it up the court. He'll give it off to Austinson. Austinson going to drive to 2 defenders. It hits the rim, but it's no good, and Overson will come down with the rebound. And now Brody Beaver going to go up the court, and he's going to be fouled here. They're going to call this one on A.J. Austinson. It'll be his second, and now the team's 10th. Brody Beaver at the line for 2. First one's up and good. As McDaniel comes in for Austinson. And Overson out on the other side, Minky in. Beaver, good on them both. He extends the Viking lead, 35-17. Milliman quickly up the court. Now gives off far side to Sklezacic. Sklezacic back to Sawyer McDaniel. McDaniel fakes the long shot, then drives inside, pulls it up, nearly gets it stolen away, but Sklezacic will take the shot off the backboard, no good. Coming down with the rebound is Derek Kinn, throws up a prayer, and it's not going to be even close, and Brody Beaver is going to get the rebound. Beaver is going to drive, nice Euro step, can't get the roll. That rebound pushed back out, and taking it to the basket was Lelm, and unfortunately he's going to get called for the charge. I think so anyway, or maybe it was he is. So it's a charge call. Their 8th team foul, his first. Now with it, McDaniel on the near side, drives to the top of the key. He wants to give it off to Kinn. Kinn thought Osmus was going to get after it. Derek Kinn thought Osmus was going to go grab it as that pass went right in between them both, and Osmus thought Kinn was going to go get it, so a miscommunication there by them two as that rolls out of bounds, and the ball will go back to the North Branch Vikings with 3:35 to go here in the first half. Vikings lead 35-17. On the far side, getting the pass is Tyler Minke for his 5th 3 of this first half. My goodness, 15 points, that leads the team. Now top of the key, McDaniel thought about the long 3, pulls it down instead, tries to drive inside, got his own rebound, and then it's no good. Now we're going to get a foul call here, I think, on the Vikings. We're going to get this on Minke, it looks like, which would be his 3rd. Two for McDaniel, and that one's no good. So coming in for Minke to finish out the first half is Chaz Johnson. A 3-4 substitutions here for Pine City. And McDaniel's going to get his 2nd opportunity. Missed the first one. This one up and no good. It was a little bit long. Wiener almost came up with the rebound. Tried to steal it away from Owen Link, but Link managed to keep it in his arms. Link now fake the give to Beaver, then passes it back outside to Dufek, and that one's going to be no good. And rebounded here by Willert. Willert up the court, gives it off far side. Can't see the number. I think that's Jace Peterson. Peterson, he'll pull it down as he draws inside to Wiener now, and that one's going to be stolen away, intended for Charlie Osmus. Brody Beaver lays it in for 2 off of the steal. Back the other way come the Dragons, trailing by 23. Far side, Willert gives it off to Osmus. Osmus looking around. He'll give it off to McDaniel. McDaniel all the way across court. It's an ill-advised pass, and it's stolen away by Link. An interception just like he had in their state quarterfinal game. Brody Beaver pulled up from 3. Then he's going to pull it down, give it off to Dufek on the far side. Now to Johnson. Johnson from the free throw line. And, hey, if it's open, just take it. And he did, and he drills it for 2. Willert inbound here to Osmus, quickly back to Willert, now to McDaniel. Now on the far side for Jace Peterson. Peterson, he'll drive inside himself and goes up for the shot. It is no good. They're going to get a foul call here on North Branch. Oh, it looks like they're actually going to get Owen Link for a tech there. They're going to get Owen Link for a technical foul. I think it was something he said, which gave him the tech. Either way, Jace Peterson drops in the first one, and now Owen Link's going to have 3 fouls all of a sudden because of the tech. And Peterson cannot make the second, so he goes 1 of 2 there. And, yeah, his coaches were not too pleased. It is definitely something they said because they were telling him, hey, you need to be quiet. So now Charlie Osmus is going to get to go to the line and shoot 2. First one up. Oh, gets the friendly bounce off the back of the rim, and it goes through. So it would have been the shooting foul plus the tech. And Osmus can't get the second one to fall. He goes 1 of 2 as well. His first point up on the board, though. So out of 4 possible shots, they only are managed to get 2. They trail 42-19. McDaniel on the far side. Inbounds here to Peterson. Now he'll give it back to McDaniel for 3 on the far side. It's good. Sawyer McDaniel's first points on the board come by the way of a 3-pointer, and now the Dragons trail by 20. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Vikings quickly up the court. Brody Beaver on the far side. A long 3 just off the mark. And as he almost got the rebound, Dufek stepped on the end line there, and he was out of bounds, so the ball will go back to Pine City. Under 1:45 now to go. Willard gets the inbound. He takes it up the court. Gives it off to Jace Preston. Preston lost it and tried to give it off to McDaniel, but McDaniel, trying to keep it alive, stepped on the sideline there, out of bounds, and it will go back to the Vikings. Some missed opportunities here for Pine City with now 1.5 minutes to go here. Brody Beaver to Dufek. Back to Beaver. Beaver on the near side is going to get double teamed. He gives off to Dufek on the far side for 3. No good. And Charlie Osmus fighting for the rebound. He's going to knock it out of bounds. And it will stay with North Branch. So Osmus fought for that rebound, but just couldn't come up with it as Chaz Johnson was there trying to fight for it as well. Inbound to Beaver. Beaver gets around 2 defenders. Now works on the far side trying to get around Willard. He does. Stops, picks up his dribble, gives it inside here to Lelm, and Lelm going to be fouled. This will be on Jace Peterson, his 3rd. Team is, North Branch is in the double bonus. And the first one there from Lelm is no good. So Lelm no good on the first, but he hits the second, so he's 1 of 2 there. 43-22. And Willard back up the court with it. Now to Wiener. Wiener drives inside, shot is up and just comes up short, and Lelm's going to get the rebound. Quickly up the court goes Brody Beaver on the far side. Nearly lost the ball. Willard just sticking with him, and he poked it out again. Willard dives after it. He gets it back for the Dragons, and the Dragons will get the steal plus the timeout. So Willard, with some great effort there, is going to get his 3rd steal of the first half. Timeout called by Pine City. Will give them possession, but sadly, that will leave Pine City only with 2 there in the second half. A timeout just to save possession, but again, it will only be left with 2 in the second half, will the Dragons. (43-22), Vikings with the lead here in Pine City in this boys basketball season opener for both of these teams. It's the home opener for Pine City, the season opener for North Branch. McDaniel will inbound here to Willard. Now gives off to Wiener. Wiener, he'll go across the court to Willard. Willard for 3, just off the mark. He goes a little bit long, and getting the rebound there was Derek Kinn for 3 from Charlie Osmus. That's long. Wiener tried to come up with the rebound, and he's on the end line. He got the rebound, but he's on the boundary line as he picked up that rebound. So that is out of bounds, unfortunately, and it will go back to the Vikings. One thing I'm seeing here, though, late in this first half is the Dragons have really picked up on the fact that they want to get these rebounds now. They're not giving up rebounds easy anymore. This ball stolen away by Willard. Willard the other way. Draws the foul. Oh, and then the North Branch defender is down and hurt. Well, he's up slow, thank goodness. Not hurt. Lelm. They're going to get him on the foul. So now Willard at the line to shoot 2. as the Dragons are in the double bonus as well. Pryor Willert's first one is up and good to make it 43-23. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, Embrace Orthodontics. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at EmbraceMN.com. Willert nails them both and makes it 43-24. Under 25 seconds to go here in the first half. Beaver gives it off to Dufek on the far side. Dufek to Beaver and nearly stolen away again, this time by Osmus, but Beaver comes up with it, gives it off on the far side to Lelm. Lelm going to drive inside. Lelm gives it off to Beaver. Beaver looks to drive inside. He nearly lost it. Now this ball is up for grabs. It's going to be taken away by Derek Kinn. Kinn will take it up the court. He'll put up a shot for long three. It's a little bit too much juice on that one. But that will be halftime. So the Dragons feeling a little bit of something here at the end of this first half. Didn't look like they were going to get anything to go their way, but they have really put on a little bit of a show here at the end of this first half. They got to be feeling kind of good about where they're at. I mean, obviously they would like this game to be a little bit closer, but they got to be happy with how that first half ended and how they're playing at the end of that first half. That'll definitely give them momentum going forward into half number 2. So that is the end of the first half with the North Branch Vikings leading over the Pine City Dragons 43-24. We'll take a commercial break, hear a word from our fine sponsors. Then when we come back, we'll recap the first half, talk about some stats, and also give you our ideas of how each team can come out of here with the victory. You're listening to Boys Basketball
Your
on
journey to
WCMP.
smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
This can be the loneliest sound, and it's never the right time. Car in the ditch, you standing by the side of the road. Thank goodness Hinckley Towing is on the way. 24-hour service, experienced drivers, and state-of-the-art trucks. Put their number in your phone before you need it. Hinckley Towing, 320-385-4049. 320-385-4049.
'Tis the season to share the joy of Wisconsin cheese. At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, they understand the importance of great cheese and take pride in their gift boxes. Burnett Dairy can customize gift boxes and include a nice note, and they can be shipped throughout all states except Hawaii. Who doesn't love cheese? This is the perfect gift for anyone. Order your cheese gift boxes online at shop.burnettdairy.com or give them a call 715-689-2748 for custom orders, and they can be shipped or picked up at the store.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique, specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at EmbraceMN.com. That's EmbraceMN.com.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
a duo that is perfect together. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance and Lennox. Dale's is your local Lennox dealer that's committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. With a wide assortment of options, Dale's will ensure your home's air is top quality. Call Dale's today or visit them at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask how you can save on your next AC unit. Lennox and Dale's, the perfect duo. Dealer number E06356.
Want a mower that's tough enough to break all the rules? Want everything without sacrificing anything? Want performance for the long haul at an unbeatable value? The perfect balance of power and performance. A bad boy mower. Packed with power, muscle, simplicity, and comfort in the pro you demand. It's that time of year. It's your time. You deserve a bad boy. Available only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City. Mow with attitude.
It's halftime here in Pine City on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. The North Branch Vikings lead the Pine City Dragons 43-24. Embrace Orthodontics, the team there, I should say, believes the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with the lifelong retention program at EmbraceMN.com. So the North Branch Vikings lead here 43-24. Stat-wise, it is Tyler Minke with 15 points. He led the team with 5 threes there in that first half. Just behind him, Brody Beaver with 9. Blake Lelm with 5. 4 for Noah Thorson, Owen Link, and Evan Overson, and then 2 for Chaz Johnson. 7 rebounds, though, leads the North Branch Vikings in the first half is Brody Beaver. Their team also had 9 steals total, with 4 coming from Owen Link. 1 block as well from Evan Overson. He had a nice block there. And then they had 12 team fouls. On the other side for the Pine City Dragons, leading the way is Jace Peterson with 7 points, 6 for A.J. Austinson, 5 for Austin Wiener, 3 for Sawyer McDaniel, 2 for Briar Willert, and 1 for Charlie Osmus on the free throw. They had 7 steals in that first half. 3 of them came from Briar Willert. And leading the way with 5 rebounds was Austin Wiener. They had 12 team fouls as well, and Jace Peterson had 3 of them. 3 players had 3 for the Vikings, Thorson, Minke, and Link. And Link actually got hit with a technical there in that first half. I think it was something he said after a foul had been called was why he got the technical. His coaches were not too pleased. They were telling him, hey, you got to be quiet. If you don't like it, just keep it to yourself. Unfortunately, he got hit with the technical foul. You don't ever want to see somebody get hit with a technical foul in a game, and certainly I think you get 2 before you're done. You never want to see that. So hopefully that does not happen. We don't want to see anybody be done in a game due to that. But in that first half, it was North Branch kind of controlled it there rebound-wise, and they were just finding some more open shots on the offensive side of things. And it's not that Pine City was not doing a good job on defense. They did a really solid good job on defense, but North Branch just was able to get some more, I don't really, off-the-cuff plays, I guess is how I'll put it, is they were able to go underneath the basket, pass it way back outside, and catch Pine City's defense off guard where they would be out of position. There's the word I'm looking for. They'd be out of position. They caught Pine City out of position a lot more than Pine City would have liked to have seen there in that first half. Of course, Pine City doesn't want to see it at all, but a lot more than they would have hoped for in that first half. And again, North Branch has done a great job passing the ball. Again, I'll go back to that Owen Link pass he had underneath the basket. And I mean, he had a clear shot at it. He could have easily taken the shot and probably got it to fall. But instead, he leaped up, passed it to his other teammate underneath the basket who was more wide open, and he was able to deliver with the layup for 2. And North Branch, rebound-wise, definitely leads on the rebounds. They're just getting rebounds at every opportunity, whether it's offense, defense. No matter where it is, they are getting the rebounds right now. But something that we've seen there from that Dragons team is, one, they were able to keep up with the pace. And you might say, well, what do you mean keep up with the pace? Aren't they supposed to? Yes, but I think a lot of teams, especially in the first game, a pace like that might tire a team out very quickly. It did not seem that way for Pine City. They were up with it, they were ready for it, and they knew what was coming, and they kept up with it. And I'm really pleased to see that, and I'm sure Kyle Allen is as well, the Dragons head coach. But for the Dragons there in that first half, again, I don't think they were necessarily outmatched. I just think a little bit of it was just, again, the off-the-cuff plays. They were caught out of position one too many times, and that's what led to North Branch scoring getting a few more buckets than Pine City wanted them to get. And I think, again, the early rebounds that North Branch was able to grab, I think, helped them as well get those second chance opportunities. But for Pine City, you got to be encouraged if you're head coach Kyle Allen by what you've seen to end that first half. Pine City went on a little bit of a scoring run to end that first half. In fact, they scored 7 unanswered to end the first half and make it a 19-point deficit for them going into the second. So if you're Pine City, yeah, you're down by 19, but what you've seen at the end of that first half, you're very pleased with, because not only did the defense finally seemingly find out what North Branch was doing offensively and kind of catch into a rhythm themselves, the offense, yes, even though they're moving very quickly, they seem to fall into a rhythm themselves and be able to kind of pull themselves out of a little bit of a drought and get themselves going. The 3-ball not working great there in that first half, but they got 2 of them to fall, or 3 of them, I should say, from Jace Peterson and Sawyer McDaniel. So, again, it feels like maybe they were just on the cusp of something really starting to snowball in their direction, and hopefully that's the way it starts for Pine City in a good way here to begin the second half as they trail by 19. So for the Dragons, I think you need to see what we've seen at the end of the first half. That defense, going to have to, it's easier said than done, and this is just a pretty broad statement, but going to just have to not get out of position. Again, a broad statement and easier said than done, but they're just going to have to try something to not get out of position. Offensively, I think they're going to have to go back and try that mid-game range and again, just use that passing game that they do so very well to get themselves open. 18 minutes are back up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, custom light force braces, or Invisalign clear aligners with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Brand new location in Cambridge, by the way, on Highway 95 if you're going west on Highway 95, you can find it in Cambridge. Again, brand new location. Pine City will start with the ball here in the second half. It's Austinson who starts with it. He gives off to Willard on the far side. Willard guarded well. He'll give it back to Austinson on the near side. He gets a screen from Wiener. Now he drives inside. A little floater. Oh, it rims out. And the rebound still up for grabs. Kept alive by the Dragons. And Wiener went after it with Thorson. And they're going to get tripped up. And the foul is going to go on Pine City. I believe that will be Wiener. And Wiener will get his first foul. So the Vikings do somehow grab the rebound. And now have it back. It's Thorson. He'll give it off to Overson. Now to Beaver on the near side. Beaver to Minky. Whistle blows. So we got a double foul here. Briar Willard is the guilty party for the Dragons. Thorson is the guilty party for the Vikings. Now he has 4. So 2 team fouls for Pine City, 1 for North Branch. And I think head coach Kyle Allen was asking about the possession of who it should be with. I think he's saying maybe it should be Pine City ball. Has a conversation, referee explains, and we're back to action. North Branch will inbound it. They'll inbound it to Beaver in the back court. Beaver will now take it up the court, trying to get past Peterson and Ossenson. So Preston got the steal. They're going to get Austinson for the foul. Pine City's third, his third as well. So an opportunity for the Dragons to score off of a turnover and go by the wayside after the foul call on Austinson there. So the Vikings will get it back, and we talked about the missed opportunities there in that first half, and I think that was some of the things Pine City must have talked about here in this halftime period, as Minky's shot is no good, rebounded by Wiener. And then up the court pass, trying to get it back. is Jace Peterson. That ball's still up for grabs. We're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Vikings, so they'll get it back again. 16:52 here in the second half. Dragons right now just can't seem to hold on to the ball. I think right now they're moving a little too quick. I think they know what they had going there at the end of the first half. They want to get it going here so quickly in the second half, but I think they're moving just a tad too quick. I think they need to settle things down just a smidge, and get back to their type of offense. Now we're going to get a foul here on North Branch. You're going to get Brody Beaver for that one. His first. He stayed clean there in that first half. Team second. Austinson has it. He'll get the step back three. Austinson for a three, and that's what they were looking for to start this half. Quickly up the court, though, go the Vikings. It's Beaver to Minky. Minky back to Beaver. Beaver trying to get around two defenders. He passes it back to Minky on the near side elbow for three. It rims out, and Lelm nearly got the rebound. And it's going to be... Well, they're going to say that Wiener had the rebound because they're going to call him for the travel. So they'll say that the Dragons did get the rebound, but he traveled because he fell to the ground and moved with the ball, not dribbling. Vikings have it back to Minky on the far side to Beaver. Beaver looking, trying to find anything. He goes inside to Overson. Now over to Link. Link back to Overson. Overson wide open. Shot is no good. And the rebound. No one grabbed it, but Austin Wiener almost had it. But it rolled through his hands out of bounds, and it will stay on the Vikings side of the court. Inbound here to Beaver. Beaver wanted the quick three. He'll go underneath the basket to Owen Link. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Overson, who drops it in for two. 45-27. Light Dragons come up the court. It's Austinson trying to get around one defender. Dumps it inside to Wiener. Maybe one pass too many. He dumped it inside to Peterson, who looked for Wiener. And I think Peterson maybe had one too many passes. I think he should have tried to take the shot himself. Maybe even draw a foul. Quickly out of the inbound to Charlie Osmus for three. Osmus for three on the near side. This one quickly up the court to Minky, and he's going to drop it in for two. An easy two there for Minky as Pine City's defense was not back in time. Now here come the Dragons offense. Austinson looks for three, gets a screen from Wiener. He's going to put up the three and drop it in. We've got a three-party. Now quickly up to Minky. He's going to be double-teamed by Willard and Peterson. That ball nearly stolen away by Osmus. It's taken, though, back by the Vikings, and I believe that was Vince Dufek who got it. And now we've got a whistle, and I believe the Dragons turned it over again. 49-33. Couple substitutions here for Pine City. It's 49-33, under 15 minutes to go. Link will inbound here to Minky, and then on the far side, he gives it off to Beaver. Now over to Link, near side elbow, back top of the key here for Lelm. Lelm trying to get around the defense, gives it off to Minky. Minky, sidestep three, rattles home. Minky, that is his sixth three of the game, and it's 52-33. The threes are raining down here in Pine City's gym. Austinson trying to get around the defense, trying to work himself open for three, gives off on the far side to Willard. It's a screen there from Eli Fromm. Austinson thought about three, thought about passing it to Sklezacic, instead pulls it down, wanted to get it over to Willard. An easy steal there for Owen Link. And it's a two for Brody Beaver. Link led the Vikings with 4 steals in that first half. That'll be his 5th. On the far side, Austinson gives it off to Sklezacic, now to Willard, and it's poked out by Beaver. Gonna stay with Pine City, though. So we'll get 3 subs for Pine City. And getting set to inbound will be Daniel Millman. Millman will get it into Sklezacic. Sklezacic for 3. That's good! Sean Sklezacic for 3, and it's 54-36. Link Taking it himself through the defense on the near side for a three for Tyler Minke. Give him 7 on the evening and 23 points. Milliman quickly up the court. He'll hand it back to McDaniel. McDaniel goes across the court to Sklezacic. Sklezacic pulls it down to Eli Fromm, now to Milliman. Now to McDaniel. That's going to come up well short, but right there for the rebound was Eli Fromm. And then it's stolen away by Beaver. He'll take it himself. He loses it, and that's going to go out of bounds. Oh, and it will stay with the Vikings. I thought that maybe the Vikings were last to touch it, but no, the Dragons were, and it will stay with North Branch. 57-36, inbound to Beaver. Quick three. Can't get the friendly bounce, and Sawyer McDaniel is going to get the rebound here for Pine City, and we're going to get a foul on North Branch. It's either with Overson or Minke they got that foul on, and I'm not sure who. I want to say Overson. They called 24 Dufek. And a 2-point shot there from Matt Blake. He gets himself on the board here tonight. Another 3. Minke is cooking from 3. Holy cow. That is his 8th 3 on the evening. Holy cow. 26 points for Tyler Minke. 60-38 is the score. Timeout called here. I think that was North Branch who called the timeout. So North Branch with the timeout gives us a chance to look at the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Of course, they'll also leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. You can find out more at embracemn.com. Dragons trail 60-38 after the 8th hit 3 of the game by Tyler Minke. And I believe it was the North Branch Vikings who called the timeout there. And if you've played any of the NBA games on gaming systems, you know, I don't remember if it's 2K or NBA Live, but you've seen it where the player gets going from 3 and then their shots turn into flames. Well, that's what Minke has right now. He's got, once he shoots that ball, the flames are coming off it because he is hot from 3. Milliman gets the defenders to second guess. He throws that one up. It's no good. Rebounded here by Dufek. And then it looks like we're getting a foul call here on North Branch as Milliman raced back for that one. Nearly got it back, but foul here on Dufek. His first, team's 4th of the second half. So Milliman at the line now to shoot 2. First one is up, and a little too much on that one. No good. Milliman, second one, rims out. And it's Dufek with the rebound. Beaver has it, and he'll give it quickly here to Johnson. Johnson to Link. Link wants Beaver, but he's got to pull it down, and he does get it to Beaver, but Milliman right there baited him into that one. And Milliman, a miscommunication there with McDaniel, and then Sklezacic lost it. That's Minke who's going to come up with the steal. He missed on his shot, rebounded by Chaz Johnson. Now gives out to Beaver. Beaver has that one stolen away by McDaniel. McDaniel falls, and Sklezacic going to pick it up. Now we're going to get a carry here by Sklezacic, and the ball will go back to North Branch. Again, it's first game of the season for both these teams. We've seen a little bit of sloppy play by both of them, but it's going to be the missed opportunities here for Pine City that we'll be talking about in this game. As now Beaver finds a lane. He gets to the basket, and they're going to get McDaniel for the foul. His back was to the play, so not real sure a basketball aficionado would know how that's a foul. I do not. I thought it was a good play, but Beaver nonetheless does get that ball to fall and makes it 62-38. And does not get the friendly roll, and it's rebounded by Eli Fromm. Milliman takes it. He'll give it off to Fromm. Fromm trying to go inside to Matt Blake. Pass was poked around. Sklzajic, he'll give it off now to McDaniel. Shot is no good. Eli Fromm gets in there for the rebound. That shot's no good and rebounded here by Minke. Minke, he's double teamed. He's going to lose it. Oh, almost lost it, but... And now I think... Did it... Okay, so they're going to call Blake on that one. I wasn't sure. I thought at first they had said that it was on North Branch. I was like, I don't know about that one. This one is on Pine City. Their team's fifth. And the third there for Matt Blake. Owen Link will get the inbound pass from Thorson. Thorson back to Link. Link on the near side, or far side. Now back to Thorson on the near side to Minke. Now to Link on the far side. Minke gets around one defender, puts this one up. It's no good. I think they might get Blake again. A new 5 here for Pine City. Once they're allowed. And they will get Matt Blake. It'll be his 4th, sadly. Team's 6th. It's a shooting foul, and Owen Link is at the line to shoot 2. First one is up, and no good. Fresh 5 for Pine City. So Link missed his first. He'll try again with his second. And he nails the second. Link 1 of 2 there on the free throws. Makes it 63-38. Under 11.5 minutes to go here in the game. Austinson has it. Dribbles inside and has that one just ripped away by Brody Beaver. And Beaver will take it to the basket and put it in for 2. 65-38. Austinson back up the court on the near side for the Dragons. Got a screen, but going to pass it over to Willard on the far side. Willard fakes the 3, and then he loses it again. Beaver with the steal. A no-look pass up the court here to Thorson. Thorson's shot is no good. And we're going to get a travel call. On the Vikings as they came down with the rebound, but then slid out of bounds with it, and they'll call it travel. So ball will go back to Pine City, 65-38. Austin will just pull up from 3. He says, you know what, I want to end this scoring run that we have allowed North Branch to go on. It's my turn, and he pulls up and makes it, 65-41. Quickly down to Minke, inside to Overson. Ooh, that was all ball there from Austinson, but they're going to get him with the body. That'll be his 4th. Team's 7th. If it wasn't a shooting foul, it'd be 1-1, but since it is a shooting foul, Overson will get 2 here. 65-41, North Branch leads on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, and Overson's first one is no good. Over in that Bram girls game against Hinckley Finlayson, Bram wins 71-35 as Overson misses his second, and it was rebounded by Charlie Osmus. Austinson, layup, and it's good. Austinson gets that one to fall for 2. Quickly has become their scoring leader in this one. But now Thorson to Beaver, and it's stolen away by Austinson. Austinson sidesteps, gets it to fall. Nice Euro step there by A.J. Austinson. And he makes it 65-45. The other way, go North Branch, and they nearly lose it, but it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Dragons. 10-12 to go here in this second half. Dragons trail by 20. Brody Beaver has it. He'll give it up the court to Thorson. Thorson stands, looking, and he slips. And getting it back was Jace Peterson for three from Osmus. It's no good. Rebounded there by Overson. Brody Beaver will slow things down. 2 there is no good. Rebounded by Peterson, excuse me. And the Dragons come up the court with it. And that shot is good for 2 by A.J. Austinson again. And now a whistle here. Looks like we got a foul call that time on Charlie Osmus. His first, team's 8th, and it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Owen Link. Owen Link at the line for 1-and-1 as it's 65-47, 9:20 to go. Shot is up and good. So Link will be awarded a second shot. So again, with the 1-and-1, if you make your first, you get a second opportunity. And Link drills them both. 67-47. Back the other way for Austinson and the Dragons. He loses the dribble, gives it back to Austin Wiener, who has it blocked by Overson. And then this ball it's going to go out of bounds, and they say right now last touch by North Branch. So Pine City will get to inbound it. They do to Osmus. Osmus to Eli Fromm. Fromm has that one knocked away, but he'll get it back in the backcourt, then give it quickly up to Austinson. Austinson trying to get around the screen. He loses his dribble. Looking to the far side to Osmus. Osmus through some traffic, and it's stolen away by Brody Beaver. He just intercepted that one. Brody Beaver up the court, trying to get around Willert. Now Willert's going to get called for the foul. They're not really letting anything go here in this one. They're calling this one close. Third foul there for Willert, and the 9th team foul for Pine City. Sean Sklazanchik will check in for Charlie Osmus. At the line to shoot a 1-and-1 is Brody Beaver. Beaver's first one up is good. So he'll be awarded a second. Beaver misses the second, goes 1 of 2 there, and it's rebounded by the Dragons. And Austinson lost it, and Overson's going to get credit for the steal that time. Austinson maybe just working a little too quick with his dribble there, lost it, and gives it back to North Branch. Beaver has it. He'll give it over to Thorson now on the near side to Overson. Overson gives it off far side to Beaver. Beaver gets around Willert. He got away with a shove, as did Wiener. Then gives it off to Minke for 3. It's no good, and I think we got another shove here. And that's going to be the 10th team foul now on Pine City. That's going to be Willert with his 4th. Now 3 players with 4 for Pine City. Austinson, Blake, and Willert. And a little bit chippy down there, as Link will get set up for 2. First one good. And again, the Dragons got away with a couple of pushes there as Beaver was driving to the basket. He got it off to Link, and then he was fouled. And starting to get a little bit chippy down there. You can see the frustration by both these teams. Link is good on both of them. Makes it 70-47. Milliman brings it up the court. He pauses, gives it off to Austinson now. Austinson on the near side, looking for a screen from Wiener. Screen not as effective as he would have liked it. He gives it back to Milliman on the far side. Milliman looking to drive. Goes, and he'll throw it off of a foot of Tyler Minke. Thank you. So the Dragons will get to inbound again. You can't use your foot here in basketball. Inbound to Milliman. Gives it off to Austinson on the near side. That's kicked again by Beaver. Beaver will kick it. It goes out of bounds anyways. So the Dragons will get a chance to inbound it once again. Milliman will look to inbound it this time for the Dragons. Tried to get it into Austinson, and Link knocks it out of bounds and shakes his head, nope. Milliman will try it again. Gets it into Austinson, who had his hand hit. Surprised that he didn't get a call there. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Chaz Johnson. On the far side, Beaver to Minke. Yet again. 4-3. Count them 9 threes in this game for him. 9. Milliman nearly lost the ball as Link nearly got the steal. Milliman will give it off on the far side to McDaniel. Now over to Milliman. Milliman, that ball is tipped and stolen away by Thorson. And now we're going to get a foul here. I think on Pine City again, maybe. I don't know if we got word as to who got that foul. Pine City player did, because now Thorson's at the line to shoot 2, but he makes the first. And not real sure of what was happening there. Got a little too into what the conversation was about. I know the referee went to the North Branch bench, told one of their players that you have to remain sitting, but I didn't see any word of a foul call. So Link makes the first, misses the second, and it's rebounded here by McDaniel. McDaniel drives inside, gives it off to Milliman, who has it blocked and taken away by Beaver. And now Thorson will take it the other way and go and put it up and in for 2, 76-47. Milliman has it, gives it off to McDaniel. McDaniel thought about the long 3, and as he drives to the basket, has this one knocked out of his hands. Going to be a foul call here on North Branch. We're going to call this one on Chaz Johnson. His second and the team's 5th here of the second half. Milliman inbound here to Sklezacic. Sklezacic, a sidestepping 3 is no good. Matt Blake got up. Tried to get that rebound, but it's rebounded here by the Vikings. That shot up by Beaver, no good. Rebounded by Link. Link gets it back out to Minke. Minke, another 3, no good. As Willard going to come up with that rebound. Willard dribbles through some traffic, gives it off to Sklezacic. No good off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Minke again. Minke will take it himself. Got the nice spin on the ball to drop it in for 2. And now Milliman nearly gets up the court without any traffic. Gives it back to McDaniel. McDaniel, I thought he should have probably just taken the shot there, but did not. And now he gives it off to Milliman, and that pass goes awry. Brody Beaver going to get yet another steal. Takes it to the basket. No good on the shot. And we're going to get a foul here on Pine City or North Branch. I don't know. Yep, we are. And if I think I heard right, that was on Matt Blake, and that's his 5th, sadly. So sadly, Matt Blake will have to exit with 5. So Matt Blake will exit the game with his 5th foul. And now Thorson is at the line to shoot 2. First one's up and good. Couple substitutions here for Pine City, and checking into the game for the first time is going to be number 3, Grant Larson. Thorson makes them both. Makes it 80-47 with 6 minutes to go. Grant Larson gets the ball here as he checks into the game for the first time, and Thorson says, nope, give me that. And he gets the steal, brings it back for 2. 82-47. Grant Larson has it now on the far side, trying to get around the defender. Gives it back to McDaniel, and Link pokes it out. He keeps it alive, and Link will take it to the basket for 2 himself. Another steal there for Owen Link, who led them in the first half with him. 84-47. I think North Branch wants to hit that 100-point mark. McDaniel has it, gives it off to Willert. Willert back to McDaniel. McDaniel had a screen if he wanted to take the 3. Instead, pulls it down, gives it off to Osmus. Now to Wiener, and it's going to be stolen away again by Brody Beaver. Beaver far side to Thorson. To Link. Link off of his back foot. Drops it in for the floater for 2. Austin Wiener going to be the guilty Dragon, his 2nd. Many substitutions here. Hopefully I can keep up with them. I know 5 and 10 for sure. Looks like 32. This should be fun to try and keep up with. I will do my best. Link can't complete the 3-point play. So he gets 2 out of that trip. And now it's Willert for the Dragons, who's going to get called for the charge. And that'll be his 5th, and he's done for the night, sadly. Which brings in Derek Kinn. Ethan Thorson, number 5 for the Vikings. Do not have a number 10. And Lelm has it, though, for the Vikings. He'll give it back here. Again, I don't have a number 10 on my roster, so I apologize. Don't have that on my roster, although Thorson will give it up on the turnover. Derek Kinn with the steal, nearly loses his dribble. He does lose his dribble, and it will, go back to the Vikings. I thought that went off of Lelm, but went off of Kinn. And the Vikings will get it back. Thorson gets the inbound pass, now gives it off here to Jacob. I don't even know if I want to try and pronounce that last name. That's a tough one. 3 is no good, and Charlie Osmus going to come up with the rebound. Nospel? I'm not sure. This ball is stolen away for a moment by Ethan Thorson, and now we're going to get a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors the Vikings. The scoreboard says Vikings. The possession arrow down at the scores table, pointing the Dragons' way. And so just a little bit of confusion there. The Dragons do have the possession arrow, and trying to drive inside that time was Jace Peterson, and he'll draw the foul. On Vince Dufek, his 2nd, team's 6th. And at the line for... Okay, I was going to say, we only have 6 fouls, and it wasn't a shooting foul. Osmus will look to inbound. He'll go to Jace Peterson. Peterson gets through some traffic. He's rejected by his own rim, and it's rebounded by Dufek. Dufek with it. Off to Ethan Thorson for 3. It's no good. And Eli Fromm nearly got the rebound, but he stepped, I think, with his left foot on the end line, and that's going to keep the ball in the possession of the Vikings. Under 2 minutes to go. We are running clock. Ethan Thorson for three. Comes up well short, but not kept alive there by Lelm. He thought he did. I thought he did. And the ball will go back to the Dragons. Here comes Grant Larson up the court with it. Looks, he gives it off to Kin. Now to Fromm. Fromm, he loses it. Him and Jace Peterson both kind of hit each other, and it's stolen away by Lelm. Now off to Ethan Thorson, who is no good, and Charlie Osmus gets the rebound. He'll bring it up the court. He'll give it off now to Kin. Kin, top of the key, fakes the shot, driving in, spins back outside to Jace Peterson, who had it, got his hand on it. And back the other way go the Vikings. They'll play a nice pass around game, and the three there from, again, Jacob Knospel? I apologize. I do not know how to pronounce that last name. A sophomore for the Vikings. Did we get a foul on North Branch there? Well, they're saying they're right now, it looks like a possible foul on Ethan Thorson. Is it a tech? Yeah, because Jace Peterson's going to get to the free throw line alone. They're going to get Thorson with a foul. I didn't see it. As now Jace Peterson misses on his first. 40 seconds to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Customized Smile Journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or aligners. They'll also do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at EmbraceMN.com. Both those shots no good there for Jace Peterson, so they'll go back to the backcourt and inbound here. Grant Larson again. He'll take it up the court. Lost the dribble behind the back. Somehow retakes over possession. And then that ball pass knocked out of bounds by North Branch. They lead 89-47. Shot clock will be turned off as we have 25 seconds left. Larson will look to inbound. Inbounds to Jace Peterson. Peterson through some traffic is going to get fouled. And that will probably do it here as the clock is rolling. Preston will finish his free throws, and that'll finish up this game. Or are they just going to... No. I think they said they're going to stop the time. It was Dufek with the foul, team's eighth. And Jace Peterson makes the first. And misses the second. Rebounded there by Dufek. And that'll be it. So the final here in this one, the North Branch Vikings come away with the victory. 89-48. The Dragons fall to 0-1 on the season. And they will look to their next opportunity to get their first win of the brand new boys basketball season. So we will take a commercial break. We'll come back, recap this game. You're listening to Boys Basketball here on WC.
The holiday season is right around the corner. Share the joy of Wisconsin cheese from Burnett Dairy. They can provide you with cheese gift boxes that are perfect for your employees. So why not show your employees how much you appreciate their hard work and dedication with a gift that they're sure to love? Burnett Dairy Cheese. Order your employees' cheese gift boxes online at shop.burnettdairy.com or give them a call at 715-689-2748 for customer orders. And they can be shipped or picked up at the store.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, Ethan Game Day Gilman, now joined by our player of the game, that is Austin Weiner. First of all, Austin, how did it feel to get back out on the court?
It feels pretty good. Took a long break. It's been pretty fun in practice, and we're glad to be out here for our first game.
And what did you take away here from this first game? Obviously not the result you guys were hoping for, but what do you take away from this game?
We got to get better at rebounding, turn the ball over less, and we should start getting better at hustling back and getting better shape.
And how do you feel about this team going forward? Obviously, nice to get that first one out of the way.
I feel like we keep getting better, and eventually we should be able to compete with some of these better teams, and we're pretty happy with what we got.
And you guys had a nice run there at the end of the first half. How did that feel going into the second half? Did you feel like you were building some momentum?
Yeah, I felt like we could start to build on something. I felt like we came out pretty good in the second half and just started to kind of get more tired, and we got to keep that up throughout the second half.
Well, Austin, thank you so much for joining me, and good luck on the rest of the season.
All right, thank you.
That again was Austin Weiner, our player of the game. Now we're going to be joined by the head coach for the Pine City Dragons. And Coach Allen, first of all, not the result you would have hoped for, but again, good to get back out on the court to begin the season at home.
Yeah, you know, we anyone that will listen to me talk, I'll tell them we sat down last spring and you know, we evaluate everything after the season. And last spring, we just really felt like we had a crack in the foundation of our program, and through lots of hands. And you know, one of the main contributors that we found was we felt that COVID forced us to compromise with a lot of the values that we felt were important in our program. And so as we looked at the things that we felt were not to satisfaction in what we do on and off the court, we decided that we had to fix that. And so, you know, Matt Blake is our lone senior. Matt Blake is our captain, our leader. And you know, the backstory is his oldest brother Andrew was a senior for me my third year here. His oldest brother helped create that foundation. And Matthew Blake is getting the opportunity now to fix the crack in that same foundation. You know, we had Josh Adams in the stands tonight, a senior my first year here. He came in, talked to the boys before the game in the locker room, and again, they're putting faces to these names, these kids, these guys that they hear about that help create this program. So we're real excited about what we're doing, and we're being really purposeful with it. You know, obviously it wasn't the end result that we wanted tonight, but I thought we took a step forward tonight as a team.
And speaking of the end of that first half, again, it was a really nice run by your team. It just seemed like they had gotten something to finally spark at the end of that first half. What was the message to them at halftime going into the second half?
You know, I'm going to give my secret away. I was texting Coach Eklund from Bram today. We were talking about games, and I said, we haven't shot a basketball in practice. I don't think he believes me, but we really haven't. We're running. We're working on defensive positioning. We're working on rebounding. We are going back to the foundations of what this program is. And so, again, what we're going to gauge tonight on is where was our effort level? Did we go out and do what we were expected to do? And then how was our defense and rebounding? And we want to be really purposeful with that. And so all of our successes, all of our short-time runs and long-term runs have all been centered around great effort and great energy, and we are making sure that we find that in every situation that we're in.
And again, much like last year, this year a brand new starting five once again. What is that like in practice to be able to get to see a whole new group, but also to be able to watch them grow, like you mentioned, the lone senior with Matthew Blake?
Yeah, we only returned 2 guys that played a lot of varsity minutes in the past, and so, it's a crew that's going to cut their teeth in trying to figure out this experience. For us right now, and then things always change, we go into a game with a top 10, and then we split that 10 up based on the matchup and who plays well with one another, who we think is going to do well with one another. So it's really coming in with a whole new, not just a starting 5, but a whole fresh new crew. And this junior class is a big group in terms of numbers. We have, 13 of them on the roster or something like that, some crazy number. So we have the benefit of depth. And so we are going to use that depth to our advantage, and we are going to let them compete with one another every day, every practice, every workout, so that when it comes to a game, they're ready to compete with whoever's wearing a different jersey than us.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. Is there anything else you want to add before I let you go?
We appreciate all you guys do. Appreciate all the fans. Thank you, WCMP. Thank you, everyone out there. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you again. That, again, was the Dragons head coach, Kyle Allen. Again, they fall to North Branch here, 89-48. Leading the way for the Dragons in points was A.J. Austinson. Had himself quite a game with 21 points, and then he was followed behind by Jace Peterson with 8. Rebound-wise, it was 8 for Austin Wiener. They did have 13 steals in this game, 7 in the first half, 6 in the second. 3 steals, though, for Briar Willard. He led the team. They had 25 fouls here. That would be something that they would like to see cleaned up a little bit. I mean, any coach is going to tell you that we want to have less fouls and more points, and we want to shoot better from the free throw line and have more rebounds. Those are just kind of the what do you want to call it? The must-haves. Those are kind of the generic ones that every coach wants to have, and I think it's a good point. But like Coach said, it's a younger group, and they will make things happen. They really will, and I believe this group is going to get closer and closer as the year goes along, and they will become a group that at the end of the season, maybe not a lot of teams are going to want to face at the end of the year. And again, like a lot of coaches say, we want to be playing our best ball at the end of the season, and this Dragons team really knows how to do that and really confuse teams and make sure that they can get their best ball out towards the end of the season. But we're just beginning. The first game is in the books here tonight for these two teams, as the Dragons do fall to the North Branch Vikings 89-48. The North Branch Vikings had a total of 20 fouls in this game, 12 in the first, 8 in the second. Leading the way for them with 31 points was Tyler Minke. And then right behind him, it was Brody Beaver with 16, 14 for Owen Link, 10 for Noah Thorson, 6 for Evan Overson, and then 5 for Blake Lelm, 3 for Jacob. I don't want to try and pronounce his last name. I just don't want to botch it. And then Chaz Johnson had 2. Leading the way for them in rebounds was both Dufek and Brody Beaver with 7 of the rebounds. In fact, I counted wrong. It's 8 for Dufek and 7 for Beaver. Steals-wise, though, they had 9 from Brody Beaver. Count them, 9 from Brody Beaver. I mean, that is insane to have 9 of those things. He had 7 in the second half alone, if you can believe that. They had 15 in the second half to give them a grand total of, 24 of those. They had 2 blocks total, and again, 20 fouls. So that is how that one ends for these two teams. The Vikings move to 1-0, the Dragons to 0-1. Looking at the upcoming schedule here for both of these teams, of course, the Dragons play in the Great River Conference, the Vikings in the Mississippi 8 Conference. And as we take a look at both of these teams' schedule, I know we'll be having quite a few games here for Pine City that will be coming up. Of course, it's usually they kind of split it. The girls will start the season with a bunch of games at home, and then the middle they'll go away, and then they'll get the last few at home. For the girls or the boys, it'll be kind of that. The girls will get the first few home, then the boys will get home, and so they kind of flip-flop. But the next game coming up for the Dragons will be on the road at Hinckley Finlayson next Tuesday, and then they'll play next Friday as well at home against East Central. That rivalry should be a fun one there between those two teams. I can't wait to call that game next Friday for North Branch, or for East Central and Pine City. For the North Branch boys, again, this is their first game of the season. They do get the victory, nearly putting up 90 points, but they'll be back on the road next Tuesday, much like Pine City will. They'll travel up to Cloquet to play the Lumberjacks, and then next Friday they will have their first home game as they will host Hibbing next Friday at North Branch High School. I want to thank all of you who tuned in here tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate that. It gives me a job to do. I also appreciate all the fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do. Appreciate them so much. Can't do it without them, so appreciate them. Also, I want to remind you to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could really make their day. So remember, kindness costs nothing, and you just, especially in today's day and age, we just never know what someone is going through, and being kind can really just do a whole heck of a lot for someone. So take time to be kind today, or tomorrow, or Sunday, or every day. It truly will change someone's day. Again, the final here in this one on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, the North Branch Vikings 89, the Pine City Dragons 48. Stay tuned to our morning shows on 95.5 FM KBEK with Rockin' Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. Then over on 100.9 FM with Joshua Muron at 7:45 and 8:45. That's when you can catch your local sports updates. We'll talk local sports at this game and all the other games that happen, plus regional sports and national sports as well. You can also stay tuned to our websites at kbk.com, wcmpradio.com, and our Facebook pages, KBEK and WCMP Radio, for all your local sports and news updates as well. And, of course, at our Twitter, at WCMP Radio. So be sure to tune into all of those. If you're watching this game on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you're not already, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that red subscribe button. That way, anytime we go live with a local sporting event, you will get that notification on your phone. All you have to do is pull it down, click on the notification, and boom, it takes you right to the live video that we have for the game we're calling. So be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, the final for the last time here in Pine City, the Vikings beat the Dragons 89-48. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. Thanks to all the fine sponsors. And for WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night and a fantastic weekend. Fantastic weekend.